All right. It says we are live. Once again. What a week. This is already December 12th. Hump day. So, today's topic is an interesting one because we all have a different version. The truth isn't what you want it to be. I mean, how many of you can say the truth has always been what you wanted? Truth is, truth is what it is, right? And we either bend to its power or we live the lie. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What is bending to power, right? Hey, Anders. Anders is Brandy. Thanks for watching. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. And just a quick note, those of you that are following us on both of those two medias, plus Twitter, might have noticed that we've been uploading a bunch of different videos. Um, three different topics, because I'm a multitasker. I can't just do one. So we've got experiences with Solana, where I have some brave souls that have agreed to allow their experience to be recorded, and so we've got that going. Plus, a day in the life of. A lot of people ask me all the time, "What's my day like?" So I'm going to show you a little bit of my day, my week, and how that's going. Hey, my sister, Miss Angelia. Um, and then the other one, of course, is videos like today, which we title "Coffee Chat" with Reverend Solana, or rather, Reverend Sheri. I'm like confused even. Do I call myself Sheri Solana? No, sister. So many different hats that we wear, but that's Reverend Sheri, because I'm also a reverend. And again, I'm not your typical. I know I don't look like your typical. I'm not your typical reverend. I am not, because I don't. I have a lot of different views and a lot of different ways of looking at this world because I've always seen it as backwards. Can I just say, this world has always appeared to me to be backwards. And why do I say that? And it's because of my whole life I've seen energy and the way things, or rather the way people operate. How it's a do as I say, not as I do kind of world. I mean, that's where the truth is, not what you want it to be, comes in. Because, while we may be good natured people, ready to do our best, to be our best, to do no harm, just to try and operate and get through this world, um, we're not in control of the circumstances around us. We're not, because we can't control other people. We can't control. Sometimes we can't even control our own mouth, our own thoughts. We certainly cannot control other people. And we're just again raised in a society where we're lied to right away. I don't care what religion you are. There is um, a symbol of truth in some of it, but there is lies. It's all like, as we can see today, congregated, started, ended out not being the truth we wanted it to be. Right? We want to be able to say we can go here safely, we can go there safely. But that's just not the way the world operates. It's not the way it's going today. Distractions, distractions everywhere. So, what kind of truths are you living then? Right? If truth is not what you want it to be, everyone says, "Well, I'm just speaking my truth. I'm living my truth. It's my truth." You just said my truth. My truth. And I'm sorry, but truth isn't always what you want it to be. Hey Kira, Miss Marcia. So it's like we have to try and bend around it, right? Hey Jim. That's where it comes in. Truth isn't what you want it to be. It is what it is. And we either bend to its power or we live a lie. And that's simply what it is. And it doesn't mean you have to bend to the power of truth. Truth is more powerful than what you want it to be because it's the truth. You don't have to make it up. You don't have to revise it. You don't have to try and remember what truth you spoke last week so you can kind of match it to this week. Right? That's how we all live, right? I, it gets complicated. It gets frustrating. It gets overpowering, overwhelming. What do we do? Because again, we're not in control of our circumstances. The circumstances around us that our society are control of, that our environment is in control of, that these are the circumstances we are born into. And so these circumstances contain a lot of lies. I mean, and again, I know it's about to be the holiday time and nobody wants to talk about Santa Claus not being real. That's one of the biggest lies we're told. And by people we love, our parents, our family, our loved ones, people we cherish. Find out when they've been lying to us. So it sets us up to be, set into these circumstances, still trying to think, well, they lied to me. They did that to me. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen to me again. It's not going to happen to my God. I wish if I had done it the way I wanted it to be, the truths that I wanted it to be, I'd be teaching my children to be self-respective, to be productive adults of society, which I did. I also warned them, once you leave my house, I'm not watching you anymore. I can no longer see you, and you're no longer in my view. You're no longer in my sight. And there's things out there that can mess with you. And even though I tried to protect, I'm not a smothering mother, not at all. I'm a mother that says, you need to get this. But they go out into the world and other people cause harm. Other people's circumstances inflicted upon my children, my grandchildren. It's generational. Happened to me, happened to my mom's generation, her generation before her. And we're all just squashed down because of these truths of other people's circumstances, right? It does get complicated, Marcia. And individual perception is really key, but at the same time, you can think somebody is just, honky dory, never did a wrong thing to you, never said a wrong word to you, and then boom, boom. And I gotta tell you a quick story about boom. Back in 2008, I was in Arizona with my good friend Kevin, and we were in his backyard, and his houses were situated such that we had a good little view. I mean, a tiny little view of the sky because it's in between houses, right? But it was, we were looking out that way. And all of a sudden, we see this huge ball of fire thinking, "Oh my god." I mean, it was so close. It felt so close and looked so close that we thought, "This freaking airplane or something. That's a jet. It's gonna crash. We should be hearing sirens pretty soon." Um, no sirens, nothing else. It was just like, in and out of our view. And then we never heard I didn't hear anything else about it until about 3 days later. I was listening to a show on Blog Talk Radio, and they were talking about this near miss that the Earth had just had, and we saw it. Okay, and I mean it was a huge ball of, but it was a comet, right, or asteroid, whatever you want to call it. It was no little tiny meteor, right? It was huge. It was a comet, and so now from that moment on, because he's he's my best friend. So we talk constantly. So, but now whenever, if things are going stressful, things are, going, haywire, and we're, venting to each other, we do go poof. Because in that moment, in that instant, had that hit the earth where we were, it'd be over. There'd be no further discussion. That would have decimated. I could, comets hitting that fast, because trust me, it was fast. It could have been over. And truth didn't matter, because truth was that comet came out of nowhere. We were not prepared. It lingered in our memory, and here we are 10 years later. Oh my God, it was probably around this time too. Who knows? can't remember when I was there in that year, but anyway, I love to go into Arizona. But anyway, back to my point. We can all say that we're trying to live our truths, that we're trying to do, this or that, and everything that we are doing can seem like it's, good. And again, I stress to people that even evil thinks what they are doing is for the better of their agenda. And it is for the better of their agenda. It's just not for the better of ours. And so, but it could be ever like that. There are circumstances, there are situations, there are truths that are in the world today are distracting, distorting, and confusing, overwhelmingly confusing. Okay, because again, we try to operate. I know for myself. I try to do the best I can. I don't, give into little things. I don't, gossip. I don't spread rumors. I'm not, that's not who I am. I've never been like that. I've never done anything to harm another living or dead being. Because I talk to dead people. Um, done that since I was little too. Again, backwards. This world is backwards. So I always viewed this world as an example of how not to be. Like, growing up, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And oh, I know better than to do that. And I'm not gonna make my kids go through that. And it's gonna be different. I'm gonna raise them different. It's gonna be different. Because again, I saw it as backwards. And it truly is. It's someone else's reality. It's not our because again, if I had been living my own reality, whew, what a different world I'd be. But anyway, I digress. Going back. Let's go back. Um, because again, someone else's truths, for good or bad, for how you perceive it to be, for your world, for your perception, for your perspective. We know when it feels really bad, but we can tend to ignore that. We get signs, of, well, 1, 2, 3, here comes some, three signs. And but we knew that. And that even we didn't need to see it that second time. We didn't need to see it that third time, but there it was because we didn't listen. So even though we have individual perception and discernment, this place is so distorted that even the things that look good are bad. They're bad. So so truth isn't always what you want it to be, but it is what it is. And so when you talk about bending to the power of that truth, you're forced. You are made to. You are not prepared. You are not coordinated. You are not directed. And, here it is. You are made to see it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't live in denial anymore. And so that is why if you do go back into living in denial and not really looking at what you're being shown, you're living a lie, pure and simple. That's what it means. The truth is not what we want it to be. It is what it is. And if you do not bend to its power, you are living a lie. And again, we are set up to live a lie. We are born into, and like I was saying, I'm a good person. I don't want to, do anybody harm, but everybody around me made me want to shoot myself, made me want to take my own life. I attempted suicide at a young age the first time. Attempted several times. God said no. God intervened. Always intervenes. God always intervenes in my life, because again, we get to that point. We're to that. I'm gonna fall off this bridge right now unless something happens. And again, God intervenes and things come back around. So we're bending to the fact that we do not control everything. We are not powerless because once we know that real truth and we're living our true nature truth, we are doing no harm. We are not, doing that we're doing to others. I can't even handle that anymore. Because some people want to do unto you that is not very nice. And so they're okay with the do unto others, let it be do unto you. Um, exactly, Marcia. We're programmed. Again, we're conditioned into living a lie from birth. From birth. We're born into it. And again, they say born into the fathers of the sin, the sins of the father. They didn't tell you it was the sins of the father that, going back 50 generations. Because that's how long this crap's been going on. It's just been a repeat, a repeat, a repeat of the same programming over and over and over again. That's the way it works, is the same programming. So, what do you do when you realize then that truth is not what you want it to be? You adjust. We are very adjustable people. Common sense tells us that we have to adjust because otherwise we can we don't want to go on. We don't want to go continue that lie. We can't continue that lie. And so it moves us again. It's nothing you're prepared for because you've been born into a lie. You've been born into circumstances. But once you understand that and you start realizing, it's like putting on that, I don't know if y'all remember back in the 80s, they had that really cool video where this guy was putting on these sunglasses, making him see the world differently, right? I mean, he would see, oh, it's a nice, happy, advertisement over here, but you look underneath and it's nothing but a bunch of subliminal, programming going out into the the biosphere, affecting everything. Yeah, I mean, so once you start seeing that the truths aren't what you want it to be, um, you have to accept what they are, and then adjust accordingly. We do that. We No matter what kind of distractions are presented to us, we keep moving. We keep flowing with it. We keep going. We keep doing what we know we got to do because that's just. I mean, otherwise, if you don't, you get sucked in. It's like the Walmart vortex. You get sucked in, and you could be there for a couple of hours, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years. And we don't want to do that. We want to be able to live our life. We don't want to be in such a state of being that we're not prepared. So we're not reacting to those truths, and we're not attacking the messenger. That don't shoot the messenger thing. That's like for real. don't don't shoot the messenger, because again, we're just opening that to the other possibilities that our truths were someone else's lie. And so we're not bending our free will. In fact, it's taking back your free will, because once you realize that your truths have been compromised, then you can adjust. And again, it's about not being plagued in those beliefs so stringently that you will not accept that truth and you will fight to the bitter end to defend your right to know that truth, or rather, understand the truth the way you want to keep it. It's your right. But again, that'll just throw you off. That just throws you off even more. It keeps things imbalanced. Again, this world is backwards. It's not balanced. It needs some balance, right? We need some balance. And we're not going to get balanced by repeating the same crap, believing the same bull crap lies, and accepting them as our own. That's sweet of you to say, Marcia. That's why individuals need to take your classes to learn how to discern as intuitives. Very true. Because again, for especially those of you that have been following me for the last, God only knows how long, even if it's just the last 5 years, you know what I've gone through. You know what I'm saying? You know and if those of you that really know me, know my role in those things, and I take responsibility for my role in those things. And but then I didn't let that suck me in, change who I was. Again, it just brought new opportunities to me. God always works it out. God always intervenes, and makes sure that we're okay. Because again, it's not just about our intuitiveness, but our connection, understanding the energetic connection to God, and boy, that opens up a whole new set of truths for you. Understanding you got a direct line. All right. We've been lied to. We've been told we have to go to other sources. And I believe, again, even Jesus came to tell us. And again, he wasn't the only one that came to tell us that who we were, how powerful we are, our connection to everything. And so that's why we have to understand um, uh, our connection and our energetic being. Again, it's been a world of separating the spiritual and our physical, right? Would you agree that we have been like this physical society, where you have to have the the do's. You have to have you do the, do the what. You have to be the thing. You have to try and conform. You have to try and fit in that box of everybody else. If you don't lay down when they tell you to lay down, if you don't sit down when they tell you to sit down, if you don't, that's whew, that's where we're at with that. So if we don't go into that conformity, and we fight that, then we're called all kinds of things. Oh my God. And hey, Miss Van Doren, and Tom. And again, I can't see the Seymour. It's only half of your comment there. Um, but yeah, you had trouble fitting in. You had trouble, doing your thing, Tom. Because again, you're going to get distracted, distorted, not to be you. Because again, the truth of our society is to conform. And if you don't conform, then you're living a lie as far as they are concerned. you're not you're not living their little narrative. So yeah, but we don't. I couldn't. I never could. I could never conform. I got kicked out of more Bible schools and churches because I spoke up. I asked questions. It wasn't I was speaking my truth. I was simply questioning theirs. Yeah. Yes. Deprogram it all, right? Reprogram it all. But that's just it. That's what we have to do. And that's basically what we're doing. Even by having the conversation, we're changing maybe someone's perspective, and about what they thought the truths were about. And then because they're crushed. Again, if you're not, there and prepared, that might be a lie. And that's not to say you can't trust everybody, but if you're going to be crushed. And again, that's what the programming is all about. They want to crush you. They want to crush you. They want to crush you. And they want to keep you down there. And because as long as you're down there, you're not wondering what they're doing. You're not questioning their authority to do. You're not questioning their intention. You're not questioning their agenda. And trust me, when you talk to the society, the citizens of a country, and I venture to say I may be off on my percentages, but I guarantee you that at least 75% of those of us, living in society, because there's people outside, I'm not counting, they don't want war. They don't want fighting. They don't want people to be bullied. They want people to be nice. They want people to get along. They don't need the drama, and they reduce it in their life as much as possible. That's what I reduce the drama. you know, because again, I don't get emotionally stuck in there, right? We can't be emotionally stuck to any one belief. We can't be emotionally stuck to anyone's circumstances. We can't be emotionally sucked into anything because that's when they really get you and they're able to crush you even more. And again, when we're talking about here is not just, you know, people's circumstances, but it's about a backwards world that again you're taught right away how to lie. Right away, you're taught how to lie. I mean, I know people that work in business and they're cruel, they're corrupt, they're ripping off people, and they don't have no qualms about it because again, they feel lied, mistrust, disconnected, uh, you know, all kinds of things. Hey, Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, all kinds of things. Yes, deprogram, deprogram. Hey, Miss Myra. So yeah, I mean that's the crust of it all is that it has been a situation where we are programmed into thinking. We are products of our society. Even though I try not to be, I didn't allow things in my world to go the way that oof, those before me would have it because that's how they were, right? No, but at the same time, I still had stuff happening to me. I still get stuff. I still trying to get this. Even today, just trying to go live, because again, I do adjust accordingly to my day as to when I can. But I kept getting distractions, and then when I finally was like right at that moment where I was about to hit the live button, there was was on another tab in the background, and there was some game that started playing. And what did they start screaming? He's trying to distract you. He's trying to distract you. I thought, how perfect. Again, synchronicities, because that's what we're talking about, is people's truths. And it's not being what you want it to be because most truths are designed to distract you, right? Hey, Miss Rihanna, how you doing over there? They are designed to distract you, to keep you from what's really going on. What's really happening over here? What are we so focused on? that we have now. Here we are, and I can honestly say I'm 55 years old, and for the last 50 years, we have documented proof of complete and total disrespect and corruption within most countries' governmental people. And not here in just the United States. I'm talking worldwide. Here we are, 50 years. We're all looking at it now. We all see, how corrupt it is. We all see the truth that they tried to, sell us. But then we all see the lies. But then we all still, we still want to believe that they can be good, that we can change things. But I'm telling you, we put too much power into those people. Those people have totally been compromised. All of them, every country, your governments have been compromised. Just as like a lot of your just regular citizens and Joes and corporations and military have been compromised. Churches, they've been compromised. Here we are. Here we are witnessing the revealing of a society whose truth was to us, we're here to take care of you. We're here to help you. We're here to help you get salvation so that you can make it to heaven. We're here to do this for you. Come to us. So we've given up power to all those things that we were told were good, and then come to find out, mm-mm. No. Right? Their truths, but their truths are that they are there to help us. They speak, they talk that we're here to help you. God bless the little children. We're here to help you. That's their truth. Wow. Poof. Uh, their truths were lies. So again, we're set up to take in what other people want to call truth, and we find out no, they're not truth. They don't, and it's not. Oh, Marsha, I wish it was just about financial gains because they got so much money, and that's the other thing. Not to get off track of, but their truths are that they can't put their money in the United States because they have to record federally what they put in the United States. So all their money's out of here, offshore, not accounted for. They are beyond trillionaires. Especially these families that for the last couple hundred years, couple thousand years, however much you want to give them, different stories by different insiders. They're so filthy rich. They filthy. It's not about financial control. It's about power of energy, controlling the energy, controlling the masses by controlling the energy. We see it in our skies. We hear about it in microwave technology. We hear it about it in this G5 technology, which let me tell you, your G3 is already throwing sonar off. Because I know I got G3, and it is so bad. These birds literally come up and just smash up against my window. I feel like their sonar is off. They're not coming up for bugs. I ain't got no insects. Insects. It's not a message. These bugs literally, I mean, these birds literally every day fly into my windows, both sides. And I am putting out enough 3G, and it's a big enough signal that everybody in my neighborhood could get on my wireless, right? Because that's why I have it locked down. But at the same time, okay, so we're talking about all these different energetic things that are out there. We're all talking about it. Well, that's that energy of this, the energy of that, and then we go, but I ain't got no energy in me. I'm drained. I'm tired. you know, we it's different when we start talking about our energy, because again, we have an endless, unlimited. Do you hear the bird? Of course, I'm talking and it just stopped. Seriously, hitting my window right now. Do you hear that? And again, I, I am spiritual. I believe that, sometimes in certain situations, these birds might have a message for me. And I've asked every day, what's your message? Why are you banging on my window? And nothing, but they're out there. And again, I think their sonar is off. They're just, poof, coming into my windows because of the 3G. So we're talking about energy out there that's affecting us, microwave energy. They've weaponized it all. Doesn't matter what it started out to be, even laser technology was a really cool, idea. You see what they can do with that laser Boom, poof, you out, right? But we are energy, we are energy. And again, yeah, control the masses financial in reference to organized religion. Again, it goes beyond because what are we finding out about what the religions, their real power isn't that they've got a bunch of money and they can do whatever they want because again, they got their own bank, especially the Vatican. They're their own bank. A lot of people actually hide their money in the Vatican because it's not accountable. But they're evil. They're pedophiles, pedivores. These are words that most people don't understand or put double meaning to because they want to throw you off about what's going on. But a pedophile, someone who likes to have sex with children, and I'm talking newborns on up to, I guess, about 14, 15, they probably think that you're too old and get rid of you. Let me tell you, they're hiding a lot more. Their truths were to take you in, to be your spiritual counselors, to be responsible for your spiritual being. All the while, they were raping your children. Okay, and again, I don't care. Everyone's like, well, not all of them do. Well, every religion, every freaking church now has ties to it, and it's just disgusting. It is, and even Facebook, Google, all of these, mega social media suppliers are being implicated in human trafficking, child trafficking, sex trafficking, organ trafficking. Okay, again, people are, oh, it's just for the money. No, no, these people are sick. That's the evil that has been going on for generations. And yes, oh my God, Marcia, um, that's how they have been able to. I tell you what, I've had to remove the connection to the algorithms. Okay, and it's very very true. They got bots, they got algorithms that connect to your alpha brain waves. They can read your brain. I mean, think about it. You can just think about some off the wall product. Like I did one time, I thought toenail fungus. I think about toenail fungus. I'm gonna talk about toenail fungus, and I guarantee you this afternoon I'm gonna get a bunch of ads for toenail fungus. Just thinking about it, barely mentioning it, away from my phone even. And that's what you get. That's what they're doing. They're tapping in, trying to get all this stuff, and then they use it for marketing. They're able to say, "Hey, look, we put this little algorithm out on this day, and then by this day, this is how many more people went to your site and purchased your products, right? We have proof here. Now pay us, and we'll do this for you." And really, when it comes all down to it, especially when we're talking about computers and algorithms and bots and it's AI. It's artificial intelligence. Yeah, see, you tested it as well. See, Marcia? Yeah. It's artificial intelligence. And I write about it in my book Satara, which again came to me through a dream and as well as came to my brother-in-law through a dream. And so it was like the first little part and a couple of little things in the middle are mine and then the other, his. But anyway, these were from dreams that were more like visions and more like taking us into the future of the or even the past of what we're dealing with AI. And they are, again, AI can be programmed. And if it's programmed by evil people, it's going to do evil things. Like they can take an innocent a program, an innocent app that someone might have developed to, store flowers, and then they're going to take that app and they're going to weaponize it so they can use the information, against the society and get you, push you and move you this way. Google just admitted yesterday that they were able to take their algorithms and not only just implement these suggestions and implement these ideas and they combined it with ads that put it out there that hey, Google will pay for your ride to the poll, so you can go vote. If you don't have a ride, call us, we'll get you a ride. And they and then of course they were able to like steer that towards certain nationalities, certain logistical ages, and put that information out there. And they did it in certain key areas, as they call it, certain key areas. Yeah, that's how they do. And they're able to, actually track it all and show their advertisers how they are able to manipulate that society, manipulate all those individual people with their own perceptions. We're able to tap in because, again, they go into your brain waves. And again, those of you that have been following me for the last 10 years, I was talking 10 years ago about how our military has perfected how to record a brain wave at birth, and then they can use that all through your life. Tap right into your frequency. So they do it through they do it through this hell phone. Everyone wants to call it a cell phone, but I love that Steve he called it a hell phone because it is a hell phone. This telephone, the cell phone, is another way to track you, another way to track all your things you're doing in the computer. It does all in the television, the smart TVs today. I will not put a smart TV in my house. I'm smarter than that smart TV because I ain't gonna let it in because they can watch you without your permission. They proved it on last year's Super Bowl game. They showed a family sitting there in their living room watching the Super Bowl. It was during halftime, and they were all sitting there watching the halftime, and they had no idea because you give up your permission, you give up your truth when you purchase that cell phone, when you purchase that computer, when you purchase that smart television. You give them permission, because again, we're told about all these programs in your phone. You got a tracker, you can track your kids. You can be tracked. We're told about all these different apps and everything that they put on there. That again, they all want permission to come in. You can do it on your computer as well. I've got ad blockers. I've got Avast. I've got programs that stop block all the tracking. Because again, we give them permission by using it. Usury permission. And that same thing happens in every aspect of our life. We know that they're poisoning our food. Usury permission. You're still using it. We know they're poisoning our clothing. I got a a niece that can't wear anything but organic stuff. But usury permission. That so you're taking their truth, which is that they are, lying to you and telling you that, hey, this is cool for you. Look at this. Look at the oh, look what you can do. And it can make a phone call. Usury permission. They're doing the same thing in our society. You need to look into sludge. What's it called? Biosludge. That is the most grotesque thing I've ever looked into. I just got to tell you, and I've looked into all of it. I've looked into cannibalism. I've looked into pedivores, the pedophilia, the murder, the rape. Biosludge, usury permission, because again, they're not telling you everything about it, but they put it in products that you give them permission because you buy those products, like fertilizer. And then you wonder why all these vegetables are coming up with salmonella or E. coli. Because again, biosludge is disgusting in that they no longer just like cremate everybody who wants to be cremated. They will liquefy you, and you go into the sewer system. They do the same thing. Oh my God, it's just so gross. They do the same thing with all the waste from hospitals, mortuaries, any kind of federal facility. Again, they're all putting waste down and going into our main sewer systems, and then they take that sewage system, and then they take it and they break it down. And I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, a couple months ago there was I think it was in Atlanta. There was a train for whatever reason was stuck there, and it was full of BM, full of human waste. Got flagged because it's like, what do you mean it's full of human? It was stuck there until EPA and all that good stuff, and then just whew, goes right over your head. Because again, your truth is that they wouldn't do anything like that. Your truth is there's no way that that is happening in our modern day and age. but it is. It is. It is. So there's all kinds of things that we are doing that we don't even realize because we are so complacent to their ways. We are so complacent to what they tell us. We're so complacent. We're just like, oh, that's not going to affect me. Um, that we give them usury permission because we're using it. We've given them permission to do. It's kind of like the partner you're with that constantly cheats on you, and you're constantly forgiving, and you're staying. Usury permission. You every time that you stay, you've given that partner every right to go out and cheat again because they know you give them permission because you didn't leave. You didn't stop, stop it in your world. You're not going to stop it in theirs. Cheater's a cheater, but that's just one example I'm trying to give you right here. Usury permission. So if you stay with that partner and you're constantly cheated on, you're complacent now because you're still there. You're not changing it. You're not saying no, or you're same thing with being beat up. If you're with someone who beats you up all the time, physically, emotionally, mentally, you're there. Usury permission. So these are words that you need to remember when we're talking about truth. Whose truth is it? And really, we need to stop saying, I'm speaking my truth because it's just your truth, which I'm sorry, is nothing but a bunch of speculation and conjecture until you're proven otherwise. Don't be proven otherwise. Don't wait. Be open. Don't be plagued by beliefs. Don't believe that you're going to fall apart and be crushed when you find out a truth was a lie, right? I mean, because that's, I'm sorry that the terms, are not good. we don't we don't want to leave that energetic impression that we're weak in any way. That we I do not. Silence is consent. Saying nothing and just continuing in your user permissions, usury. Yeah, you're just continuing. When they say to stop playing the game, it's the only way to get out of it. What does that mean? What game? Well, stop believing everything they say. Don't. I mean, my God, don't. And then also realize that everyone is backwards here. So it's not going to be unless you can, meet somebody eye to eye and you really understand. You're with them for a long time. Um, how much are you going to really believe? I mean, 6 months to 6 years, you find out more about a person than you do the rest of the life, unless they're really good at lying. Because let me tell you, how many times have we heard about people married, two or three different families going on, kids grown out of college before you find out, right? Yes, the truth that is the truth, regardless of one of if no one believes it, and a lie is still a lie if everyone believes it. And you can speak a lie over and over and over and over and over again, and they believe it because you said it, you stuck to your story. It's when the story doesn't waver. If that story wavers even just a little bit, it's a lie. You don't have to keep making stuff up, right? To prove that you weren't lying, right? Ugh, I know. I feel feeling the frustration. Breathe, let it go, because there ain't nothing you can fix that with. I mean, the only thing we can do is not stand up and say, I'm speaking my truth, but speak out against those that they're lying. Not the ones that are supposedly lying, but the truths that we know about, the truths that we know were a lie. We know we're a lie. We can't speculate because not everything is as it seems. Clearly, that's why we have to use discernment. That's why we have to let God, work in our life, to bring that discernment, to let us know when it's a distraction, to let us know when it's a distortion, and to let us know not to be confused by it. To really just tap in to that energy within, and realize that that will bring you focus and clarity. That's why I'm really big on the chakras. I mean, I'm not like the chakra queen or anything. I'm not like no. I'm just really big that this is where we need to live. We need to live in that energy 24/7. Brings that focus and that clarity. It turns on that inner GPS system. And again, I'm no longer a three strikes you're out kind of girl. Mm-mm. I'm a one strike you're out. One strike you're out because one strike is gonna just followed by two and three, and I don't want to waste my time. That's why I'm still single. I will not be with someone of this world. I won't do it again. I can't do it. I can't. I love myself too much. I love myself too much, and I love my life. And so, mm-mm. So that's and again, it's not my truth. It's just my experiences. My experiences led me where I am today. And my experiences, could have formed all my opinions, but they didn't. My experience could have formed all my perceptions, but it didn't. I'm still open to the possibility that I don't know it all, and that I don't really know if I want to know it all, because all the stuff that I do know, it's pretty messed up, pretty backwards. It's pretty. It's not pretty at all. You know, no. Every day I'm faced with a new truth, and it's ugly. But I've got to bend to its power, because I will not live a lie. I will not live a lie. I will not compromise myself to the point of non-existence. And that's what the goal is for everybody, as far as their agenda goes. Those that try and teach you what the truth is, you know, no. So, so whose truth is it? And does it really matter? Because if you're not going to believe the truth and you're going to continue to live the lie, we're just going to repeat the same history over and over. History is not repeated because people don't know about history. History is repeated because nobody said, "Hey, let's not do that this time. Let's not. Let's not. Let's live by the golden rule. Let's do no harm." I mean, if we want to stop the wars, if we want to stop this, and again, I call it the war energy, war mentality, and it's plagued us, for hundreds of years, thousands of years. Who am I saying? And it's just been a driving force on this planet. And I say no more. I'm going to stand up right now with all of those, because again, it's not just in our country. It's not just the United States. It's in every country. There is not a land on this planet that isn't touched by evil. And so we have to stand up and say, you know what? No, 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 just say no. Nike says just do it. I say just don't. Just don't. Let's start saying just don't, because if we don't start changing the narrative, and we're going to be doomed to repeat, because nobody's going to stand up and say no. And it has to be more than one person. To just everyone says, well, I'm just one person, I have no voice. You're right. Most people who speak up end up dead, or just lived a shameful life because nobody believed anything they said. But no more. Hey, Miss Vaughn. Miss Psychic Lady, you're so funny. Miss Vaughn. I know, how long have we been on Facebook friends? Yeah, she's like, I just figured out you were a psychic because you post. Yeah, I didn't know. Again, her truth wasn't that I was a psychic. I'm just a friend on Facebook. But my truth is that I like to connect with people, and I always have. And so, my truth, my true natured self, that's what I want to call it. Not my truth. I want to call it my true natured self. My true natured self is to be in balance, to be rhythmic, harmoniously, with the energy in and around me. And so that's why we do the energy work we do. That's why I work with people in their chakras. Again, we need to be living in that energy 24/7 if you want to have any kind of semblance of sanity in this messed up backwards world. So yeah, it is a bit overwhelming. And I know I get off track too, okay, because trust me, I've got so much to say. And it just leads me to the next thing. um, yeah, the show we did was My Haunted Vacation, and it's actually on my site. You can also find it on YouTube, but it's on my site listed. Um, it's actually even on my Facebook pages, in my pinned post. Um, and it's My Haunted Vacation, and we're the second story in that. Because yeah, again, I've seen spirit, and I experience spirit no matter where I go, good, bad, and the ugly. So yes, you can find it on my Psychic Solana page, as well as my Solanas fan club page. Hey, Jeremy. And thank you to all those that are watching. Come in and say hello in the chat room if you get a minute. Leave a comment. I'm going to have to end this stream in about 7 minutes. So, anyone got anything they want to say? They want to add? Um, Thank you for contributing the comments um, that you do while we're in the show. So, yes, been a while. Lived it. Yeah. Do you see any energy or spirits around me? Thank you. I need my chakras cleared. Aw. And again, there's this see more, and I'm afraid to touch it because every time I touch my screen, it like pops me off. So I can't see anything past we love hearing. But I'm glad you love hearing it because I love talking about it. So Myra, your energy. I'm gonna look this away just because I like to look in the away from the screens. That's cool. Hmm. Myra, you do need to clear. You do need to amp up. And again, when I say we live in our chakras 24/7, I mean it 24/7. There, and it takes just a thought to check in. Yeah. I'm connected to them. I'm grounded. I'm balanced. I'm protected and flowing in the love of the divine. And because but at the same time, I got to tell you, at first I just kept seeing this red because I go in and I ask to see your root chakra. So I see this red, and it's just doing this warm. Wom. Which just tells me that it's lacking in your attention, and your connection there, so it wants you to connect to it more, but it's also got pinks around you. So are you being creative right now? Oh, wow, of course, it's holiday time. Are you being are you being crafty? If you're not being crafty, then inspiration is coming to you. So if you've got any kind of inspiring thoughts that moves you towards doing something you truly love, then listen to that and take that and move on forward with it. Okay. Um, but yeah, do that. I have got a video that you can do. It's on my site as well, psychicsolana.wix.com/services, /services, and then /media page. But there's the videos listed there. The first one is find your happy place, because I think we all need to be in a good frame of mind. We can't go into trying to do any kind of energy work feeling down and depressed. No, that'll just set your whole experience to be a downer and not be fulfilling for you. And you'll be like, why am I doing this? I'm not going to do that anymore. True story. Truth. But so yeah, you want to find your happy place. You want to get in that good perspective of what you're doing, what you're connecting to, and the love of that energy is going to be unlike anything. And in fact, the more you connect to your chakras, the more I like to tell people it's going to be the best relationship you've ever had, ever. And it's with yourself. It's all right here, because once you take care of right here, all that crap out there can't overwhelm you. I mean, trust me when I say that on the daily, I keep myself in that grounded energy, in that connection on the daily. Even while I'm sleeping, I'm in that energy because, yes, these energies can infiltrate and affect us while we are sleeping. So we have to be in that protection 24/7, right? Um, and so, being in that energy 24/7, it turns on your focus, your clarity, your GPS. I mean, talk about discernment. Again, you might, take you a minute to get that first sign of someone's, nefarious intentions, but that's because you're a good person and you want to believe everybody's operating in the same level of you, and they're not. So you're going to feel that, you're going to sense that, you're going to, and then you have those signs come to you. Well, that first one, take that first sign. Oh, hey, Miss Mona, that's right on. I love my friend got to go. Aw, nice half hour enjoyed. Oh, cool. Good. I'm glad you got to come in and hang out with me for a little bit. Let me know how you're doing and how you're healing. Um, but anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. But so yeah, living in this energy 24/7, and it keeps them clear. It keeps your chakras clear, and it keeps your protection going 24/7. So it stops the infiltrations. I mean, again, when I work with people, in fact, you'll see the first episode of Experiences with Solana is one of my friends. Her name is Carla, and we've done several sessions over the years, But again, that stuff can just infiltrate, and you don't even realize, and it just goes on. And um, so you want to be able to live in that 24/7 in that protection, knowing that that discernment will come. You have a question, Ms. Bonnie? Are the signs I am getting real, or am I being blind to danger? See, that's just it. When you're getting signs, what are those signs typically for? Now again, well, here's the balance we need to find. Because you could be getting signs that, this guy or this girl or that situation is going to be awesome for you. But then it just kind of flows in, and oh shit, oh, sorry. Oh crap, that was a distraction. I gotta tell you, I cuss like a sailor, and I'm really having to watch my tongue on when I go live. I really try. I, I don't want to break any rules. So I really try not to cuss. So sorry. And I can't bleep that out. But anyway, so let me look, Vonnie. Signs, sometimes, again, sometimes the signs can be distracting, and just so you'll go ahead and do it, but then you'll still feel uneasy. That's what I'm feeling from you right now. It's like the signs were there for you to do it, so you went ahead and, you know, started with it. But at the same time, now you're like getting that sink feeling in your stomach that maybe it's not the best thing for you. So I would suggest you step back from it and read it energetically, right? Can you read it energetically? If you don't understand what I mean by that, it's like you get feelings. You will get visions. You'll get or you'll get thoughts of somebody in their past that did you really bad, and why am I thinking about that person? Because again, those energies want you to stay a certain way. But you're going to get signs and stuff that make you think and feel. You may not realize that you're reading energy, but that's what you're doing. Because energy, we just don't see it. We feel it. We sense it. We know. Oh, you get that stomach. That. Oh, you're saying yes. So yes, you understand. And yes, we know. Yes, I know you cuss, and I don't care. I think that an honest person cusses because it's just people are like words are powerful. No, actions are powerful. All right, MFers, action. Oh, it's noon. I gotta get going. Oh my god, that's so funny though because the sirens going off made me stop and look at the clock. But yeah, so yeah, honest people cuss. That's my understanding of it. And that's what I like to say. It's not about knowing your truth, speaking your truth. It's about stepping into your knowing. And then it's about living it and then practicing it every day. That this is my knowing. This is how I'm going to be. I don't care what I'm going to listen. I'm going to get my internal GPS system turned on, and I'm going to be able to maneuver through this world because let me tell you, this backwards energy can really just mess us up. So we want to be attuned and watch those frequencies. So thank you for coming in and asking questions, though. I really enjoy your participation in these live chats, and I hope to get back here quicker and sooner. Again, when I first started, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do it every day." My life don't work that way. So I do it as I can, and it may not be the same time every day, but it's at the same time, it's just I want to come on and give you that encouragement and let you know that you know what we can work past it. We can let it go. We can have those triggers. We can see them. We can recognize them, and then go. Not going to make me go off the rails. All right. So, and for those of you that want to check me out, go to psychicsolana.wix.com /services. I've got all kinds of specials going for BOGOs until the end of this month for our holiday special. And then go check out the videos. They're on the media page. Also, go check out the videos under Ask Solana. That's where my latest endeavor is with the videos and doing the recordings and letting everybody see that we're all modern day survivors, right? We're all here, we're all getting through it, we're all going to make it happen for ourselves because that's just who we are, right? So be well, be blessed, and most importantly, just be, right? Just breathe and be. All right, I'll see y'all next time.